Hey, what's up, guys? Xenon Great here. This is the overview slash gearing process of Dahlia. Uh, I don't think I will gear her in this video, but I will definitely make some fantastic suggestions. So overall, if you didn't see my previous video, she kind of sets up traps, does a ton of AoE damage, also gives a block boost and a damage boost to a lot of your units that are on the field as well. So let's get started here. They mention, they being Moonton, mention a lot about Gear Raid 1. Of course, that makes a lot of sense given that she does slows, she does AoE damage, and she just blows everything to smithereens with her flowers. Furthermore, Arena is definitely going to be interesting with her. Having her in AoE Arena, maybe putting Valk and then her, so like Valk on the back left, and then or top left, and then her behind Valk facing forwards. That's a possibility. There's many options on where to place her, but I think what's going to be interesting is her slow and then the AoE DPS in the AoE challenge. But regardless, so they mention that their best sets would be Warlord and Ageless Wrath. Now, it's interesting that they say Ageless Wrath because that's just increasing her crit damage as time goes on. In this other screen, I'm looking at her ultimate right now, and it has max skilled 800 max rage regen. So, to be honest, if I'm looking at that, it's kind of clear to me that Soulbound Arcana might be better. I don't know why they suggest Ageless Wrath here, especially because they had released a, what do you call it? Like a gear lab, and it featured Dahlia, and it shows her doing a lot better with Soulbound Arcana. So as for why they suggested Ageless Wrath here, your guess is as good as mine. But I would definitely say Warlord makes the most sense, attack speed, attack percentage, and then Soulbound Arcana, given that she has a lower rage regen cap, and also Soulbound Arcana is just amazing. It gives you that extra 50% attack boost at the end of having 5 total people that have Soulbound Arcana set on your team use their ultimates. And then if you don't have those sets, they also recommend using Calamity as your 2 set, which makes sense. It has attack speed or attack bonus, but then also you could probably use the Whirlwind, so get some extra attack speed. And Styx is very hard to come by. To mention Styx is interesting, although it does say, increases your AoE damage by X percentage. Of course, it makes sense to use that on her, but it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult to get those pieces. So as for an extra 3 set, I mean, if we're looking at the different types, I would say as a 3 set, I mean, of course, Soulbound Arcana is going to be the best. And then possibly Wisdom. I like Wisdom set for its extra boost in the ultimate, or Curse. So Curse is very nice. It increases damage by 6% for every enemy like in range. So since she has that very interesting range, this would basically be a flat 30% attack boost. So that Curse set would probably be better than Styx in this case, because Styx alone, I think it's 18%. Yeah, it's only 18% bonus. So Styx alone, I wouldn't recommend. Now, the priority for attributes, of course, she's an attacker, damage dealer. So attack bonus, crit rate, crit damage. Want to get that crit rate high up, at least 85%, if anything, 100%. Then focus on attack and whatnot. Get about 180% to 200% additional attack, and then just slam that crit damage. Put as much crit damage in there as you can. And Rage Regen is nice, especially when you have Soulbound Arcana, but they recommend Ageless Wrath for some reason. Now, lastly, they do have some good artifact recommendations. Of course, Tear of Starlight is probably the top artifact in the game for AoE mages overall. So, or Tear of Twilight. Tear of Twilight. I think it used to be called Starlight or something. Anyways, Tear of Twilight, definitely up there as number one. But then she also has an exclusive artifact where if I swap over to the store page to actually read what it does. So the exclusive artifact, I'm kind of in the way. You can't really see it, but it increases her attack by 10%. And then whenever she triggers her talent of planting one of those blossoms, there's a 40% chance that it becomes a mutated blossom. And there's either a level 1 or level 2 mutated blossom. The level 1 mutated blossom will deal 50% damage per second to enemies on the affected tiles, which, wow. Because initially she just does 100% damage. And so usually the enemies, depending on how slow or fast they are, especially because they get slowed, this could be an extra 250% damage, which is pretty huge, to be honest. That's like a 100... I don't want to do the math, but it's definitely more than 25% damage boost per se, say from, a Tear of Twilight. But Mutated Blossom 2 is another type of blossom that she could generate. And this one reduces the effect duration to 5 seconds. And when the effect duration ends, it explodes and deals 300% AoE damage. Reduces the effect duration to 5 seconds. I feel like they should, what effect? I do believe that this is related to the blossom itself, or the fact that there's a 10-second duration for some things. So it reduces it, but then at the end of it, it'll make a big explosion. So overall, just boom, a huge damage dealing burst right there, which actually I'm going to buy it right now and slap it on her. But overall, if you guys want just the gist of it, I will say do 2-set Warlord, 2-set Warlord, 3-set is going to be Soulbound Arcana, not Ageless Wrath. You might be able to get away with Ageless Wrath, or maybe not Infernal Roar, because her ultimate is extremely useful in terms of damage, and Infernal Roar really boosts the basic attack only. And then Artifact, either her exclusive one or the Tear of Twilight. The exclusive one, super nice, to be honest. After reading it again, it now makes a lot more sense. But yeah, guys, that's really it for me. I know it's been a long time since I made a video, but I hope you enjoyed this one at least. And I will see you in the next one. Peace out.